Welcome to the Jesus Show. Not that one.
If you didn't yell at me for getting kind of crazy the other night.
Is this in the...
What, did you spank me? No, I'm
you?
not. No, I'm not. Did you spank me because I was a bad boy?
Wow, no. Cover your ears.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back. My tongue is red. You can see it in the thing. Welcome back to the show, everybody. Okay, let's start again. Here we go. Ready? And 3, 2, 1. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the show. Yes, last week I did not put out an episode because I started working. I didn't just start working, but since me and Allie are working again, because we're flat attendance, there's we have that takes priority, right? Does that make sense? The job that pays us, right? That we prioritize that one over this one because the only thing I get out of this is some sponsorship money, and that's a great segue into Ices. Thank you for sponsoring this portion of the show. Ices, cherry.
Ew.
Ices, delicious. When you want a refreshing drink and you want to be cool as a polar bear, drink Icy. Icy, the best flavored drink slushy thing out there. Icy is good. Oh, and also makes your tongue red. So once again, when it comes to this sponsorship for the show, the way that works is me and Allie went to Mavericks, the gas station that's down the way from us, right? We purchased the Icy, and then we brought the Icy home, and then I went, hey, thank you, Icy, for sponsoring the show. It's the best. So that's that. But hey, Icy, I'm looking at you now. Not just top cheek, but maybe some Icy money. You know what I'm talking about? Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so this is what happened. Real quick. Allie comes in and out of the room during the recording, and it's annoying. And I tell her, hey, if you're going to be in the room when we're recording, stay in the room. Don't come in and out. And she just went outside, and now she's back, and now she's being annoying.
Because you made me go put your icy in the freezer. No, I'm going to be nice and loud and break the mic.
Listen, I'm sorry my producer had to come in the show. It's a mess. Yes. So once again, welcome back to the show. There's a lot to talk about because we missed a week. But before we start the show, today is September 4th. 7 years ago today, AJ Megan had a baby, Luca Wyatt De La Garza, and he was born, and he was alive for 7 days, and then he passed away. If you listen to the first episode, actually the second episode, I talked to AJ Megan, and most of the interview, or most of the conversation, I don't like calling it an interview because, I don't know, it just sounds weird, especially since they're my friends. The conversation I had with him was about how they deal with having Luca for a very short time and then having Luca pass away. So today's a special, how can I say this? A special, important day that we'll always remember. Mm-hmm. Definitely, obviously, they'll remember it.
It's a special day in our hearts.
Yes, it's a very special day in our hearts. So today I'm wearing my Luca Knows Heart shirt that we got 7 years ago. And if you follow me on here, if you listen, if you follow me on my personal Instagram, you know that Luca has always been a huge part of my life, to the point where, I have his tattoo and I always carry around his bracelet. And I don't know if I've shared with you guys. I don't know if I've even shared with Agent Megan. Maybe I have. No, I think I have. I feel like every time I go to work, I feel as if I am not only at work and, attending flight and flying through the air, but I feel like I have a rare opportunity to hang out with Luca. Because there's many times where if I have downtime and I'm not doing anything at the moment, and I'm sitting on my jump seat, I'll look out the window. I really didn't think I was gonna cry. Whoa, okay. There's times where I'm sitting on my jump seat and I look out and I look at the clouds, and I think, to me, the way I see it is Luca's flying right next to the plane that I'm in, right? And I talk to him. I tell him, hey, how you doing? And I have, this conversation with him. I don't want to really get into what I tell him just because I feel that that's something personal that I want to keep. It's just kind of like every day, like, hey man, what's up? But I feel very fortunate that I have a job that allows me to be in the sky because I think he's up in heaven. And, I kind of feel like I'm meeting him halfway, like I'm going up and he's coming down and we're just in the middle, and I get to hang out with him and talk to him, tell him what's going on. And then, I land. And then comes the next flight and like, hey bud. So I feel very that's one of the things that I love about being a flight attendant. So when people say what's your favorite part, I would have to say that would be my favorite part about it. Aside from being able to travel and see the world, and work never feels like work, or at least most of the time it never feels like work. There's many things that I love about my job. But being able to hang out with Luca and talk to him like that, um, I mean, I feel like it's something very, very special that I look forward to. There's times where I go to work where I'm like, oh man, I don't want to go to work. I want to stay home with the dogs and blah 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 blah. My producer's telling me to do stuff.
Wow.
Um, but then I remind myself, like, no, hey, you get to go talk to Luca. You get to go hang out with him. Oh yeah, okay, cool. So yeah, that I wanted to share with you guys. Yeah, like I said, I didn't think I was gonna get teary-eyed. Anyways, before we get into anything else, so I wanted to start off the show with that first because, like I said before, that's very important to us. So getting into the show once again, remember to follow me on Instagram, TheJesusShowNTO. Remember to follow me on Facebook, The Jesus Show, not that one. You can find me on Twitter, Jesus Show NTO, YouTube, type in The Jesus Show, not that one, or The Jesus Show NTO. If you type it in, it'll come up. And remember to rate, subscribe, follow on all platforms. If you can, I would really appreciate that. It would help the show grow. And yeah, remember, tell all your friends, tell your mom, tell your dad, tell your cousins, tell your producers if you have producers. Remember, steal somebody's phone. Okay, no, don't steal anybody's phone. Grab somebody's phone and be like, hey, can I see your pictures of your dog or something? Yeah, here you go. And then go into wherever they listen to podcasts and then be like, what are you doing? But don't worry about it. It's cool. It's fine. All right. So yeah, I took a week off. We took a week off from the show. We've been flying, and I just came back from a trip. It was a 2-day. I went from San Francisco to Newark, laid over, and then went from Newark back to San Francisco. And that was it. It was very easy. Going, I was on a 7.6, which is one of the bigger planes. And then coming back, I was on one of the newer 787s. It was a Dash 10, which was amazing. I love that. I love that plane. And something else I want to tell you guys, share, get something off my mind. Most people say, and I don't know if you've experienced this. Sorry, that was a residual crying affecting. When people say they have a layover, there's a lot of passengers that say, "Oh, I have a layover," and I go, "Oh, cool. So where are you staying the night?" And they go, "Oh no, I'm stopping in." Let's say they're going San Francisco to Newark, right? But they have to go through Denver. They go, "Yeah, I have a layover in Denver," and I go, a layover? Like you're staying the night?" No, it's just like a 2-hour layover. And I go, "What? You mean you have a stop? You have a connecting flight that goes through? Huh?" I'm really interested to know though if on the paper, the ticket or the reservation, if it says layover.
I think it does.
You think it does?
20-minute layover or something. Like, remember when, was it like 20-minute connection? But it says like layover.
Okay, well, now I'm finding out. In my head, I just thought a bunch of these people were stupid. Like, why would you use the word layover if you're not laying over? You know? I would suggest if anybody watching, listening, has a layover and you're not staying in the city, call it a stop. Because it confuses me to. It just confuses me. I hear it and I go, "But you don't have a layover though." Because when on our pairings, on our trips, it says, like we know that our layover is like I'm laying over in wherever we're sleeping that night. So, yeah, I just wanted to say that real quick. Also, none of you go into the bathroom with your bare feet, right? Nobody, right? Nobody? Good. I don't see anybody raising their hands. On the way back, was it on the way back? No, on the way to Newark. This lady comes to the back and says, "I need to use the restroom." And we go, "Oh, it's right there." And I look, and she had her feet on the plain floor, naked. No socks. I mean, even with socks, it would have been gross. She just had bare feet. She walked into the bathroom. And I know for a fact there was pee on the floor because there was a little kid. I don't know, maybe he was like 4 or 5, where his dad took him into the bathroom a couple times. And the little kid did the, pants to the ground and then peeing because, he's a big boy. And I remember hearing the dad go, "Don't pee on the floor, pee in the toilet." As he flushes the toilet and they wash their hands, the dad goes, "He might have gotten some pee on the floor." And I said, "It's fine, dude. It's really not a big deal." Like, it wasn't buckets of pee, but there was some pee. And yeah, I'm like, it's a little kid. Like, it's not a big deal. Don't worry about it. And then this lady comes in after with bare feet. And I'm thinking, your feet are touching pee. I don't understand why people do that. That's one of the grossest things ever in life. It's so fucking gross. Don't do that. Wear your shoes. If you need to take your shoes off during your flight at your seat, fine. But then when you're going to get up, put your fucking shoes on. Put your socks on. Like, some people are wild out there. It's insane to me. That's gross. Yeah, you can go into the bathroom because I do it in my house. I go to the bathroom barefoot because, one, I know there's not pee everywhere. There might be poop. There was that one time I did
Stop.
poop on the floor,
No.
Allie says.
No.
Right? Remember?
Stop.
But I know there's not shit and piss on the floor because I know how to use the toilet, right? It goes either I sit down to take a shit, or sometimes I do sit down to pee because it is nice. Even if I pee standing up and it dribbles around the rim, I clean it up. So I know there's, and also it's, okay, let's say there's pee on the floor, right? It's my pee. So I don't feel that weird about it. And I know Allie, she's a little messy when she pees sometimes.
Oh
Anyways,
my god.
that's beside the point. But even if I step in Allie's pee, I kiss her on the mouth.
What?
And we go like this. We go with our tongues. So it's kind of like she's been chewing her gum and then she passes it over to me. Like a little pee. Oh, should I tell him how you left the pee on the thing in the bathroom? On the cup? It's for another time. It's for another time. It's for another time. No. It's for another time. For another time. For another time. But did you hear what I said there? Allie sometimes leaves pee around the bathroom. Anyways, but
wow.
It's our personal bathroom, right? We make sure it's clean. Well, actually, Allie makes sure it's clean. I don't really clean. I spot clean, right? Is that what we're calling it? I spot clean?
I've asked you to spot clean.
I spot clean here and there. But Allie usually cleans. And I thank you for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gross. Don't go into the fucking bathroom with your feet out. That's gross. And here's the flip side. So don't feel like I'm getting on passengers for being disgusting. Flight attendants are just as disgusting. And I'll tell you why. This trip I was just on, like I said, it was a Newark 2-day, 1 leg there, 1 leg back. Because I've shared before, me and Allie live in Las Vegas. We have to take a plane to work to San Francisco. And then from San Francisco, we start our trips. That's how we start work. I got there a couple hours before my check-in. And I'm sitting in the crew room. And I'm watching, I don't even know what I was watching. I was watching something on YouTube. And the video ends. So I have the silence in my earphones and I have the transparency mode on because just in case somebody's like, "Hey, excuse me, I want to make sure I'm able to hear them." So the video cuts out, or the video ends. I'm trying to find another video. And all of a sudden I hear like clipping.
Oh.
Clip. I was like, that's odd. Video starts and I see the video and it's maybe like a 4 to 5 minute video. It ends. And I hear the noise again. And I'm like, man, that sounds like somebody's clipping their toenails. I was like, but somebody wouldn't be clipping their toenails in the crew room, not in the bathroom. And not only, then I think to myself, maybe they're doing their nails. But even that, why wouldn't you do it in the bathroom? Now, if you're at home doing it, you do it wherever the fuck you want. That's your home. If you're at your parents' house, if you're in a comfortable situation that you don't share the space with strangers, do whatever the fuck you want, right? But this person, so I get up, there's a wall like that, like I'm sitting, the wall's like here, so I can't just turn and look. I have to physically get up from where I'm sitting at the table. And I look over, and sure enough, the flight attendant has their bare foot on the table, cutting their nails. And I thought, that's the problem with some flight attendants. They go in hard and they'll be like, passengers are fucking gross. and they this and they that. And then you turn around and those are the same dumbasses who are doing shit like that in the crew room. And you're like, what? What? It's gross. It is disgusting. Here's a story I wanted to share with you guys. One time it was still when I was based in Houston. Was it when I was based in Houston? No, I was based in LA. I was going through Houston. We're landing and we hear the landing gear coming down. And I look outside the window and we're pretty close to landing. What would you say? Maybe that's like 3 to 5 minutes we're landing when we hear the landing gear come down. This lady sitting in 7 Charlie. She's like, I'm about to sit down. And she's like, so I walk over and I said, yeah. And she's like, I have to go to the bathroom. And I go, we're landing. She goes, I have to go now. And I said, I mean, if you really have to go, can you wait till we land? And then on the taxi, I'll let you get up and go to the bathroom. Because here's the other thing. As a flight attendant, I'm not going to tell you, if the seatbelt sign's on, if there's turbulence, whatever. If you tell me I have to go to the bathroom, I'm going to tell you what I have to tell you. But I'm not going to stop you from going to the bathroom. I don't know your situation. I don't know if you have to throw up. I don't know if you have to take a shit. I don't know if you just have to pee that bad. I don't know if you're just freaking out and you need a space to feel safe away from everybody. I don't know any of that. And I'm not trying to find out. You tell me I have to go to the bathroom and I go, well, okay, seatbelt sign's on. And then I walk away and I've done my job. We were always told we're informers, not enforcers, right? So I'm trying to come up with a solution for the lady. She goes, but I have to go now. And I said, but it's real dangerous if we land and you're in the bathroom. She tells me she can wait till we get to the gate. Perfect. So I run over to my seat. Maybe 2 minutes later, boom, we land. I make the announcement because I was a purser, blah, 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 blah. I get up from my seat and I go tell her, do you want to use the restroom now? No, I can wait. Okay. So we get to the gate. She was traveling with her mom, and her mom needed wheelchair assistance. So that means everybody else gets off the plane first, and then at the end, they help the person off with a wheelchair. Everybody's off, and the wheelchair people are coming on. They're getting her mom into the wheelchair. Was it an aisle chair? I don't think it was an aisle chair. I think her mom was just, she just really needed help. And as they're taking her off, I go, hey, thank you for flying. And now, mind you, this woman is, if I have to guess, early 30s. Okay? She looks at me and she goes, you did this. She points to the back of her sweatpants, her gray sweatpants, which she peed herself and peed on the seat. And I said, I told you could use the restroom. You told me you didn't need to, and then, before that you told me that you can hold it. She said, I peed on purpose because you told me I couldn't. Bless you.
Sorry.
Thank you. That adds great stuff to the podcast. Bless you. No. So she peed on herself and in her seat in spite of me. And I told her, I said, you did that to yourself, and that's what? So she starts walking through the airport, the Houston airport. We call for a new seat, and everybody, other people do that stuff. We don't deal with that. And I'm thinking, okay, well, now this lady has to go to the bathroom and change herself, right? We get off the plane. We're walking through. We pass them. As we're passing them, she's just walking around with pissy gray sweatpants. Yeah, it was gross. So don't do that either, guys. If anyone ever tells you, hey, don't use the bathroom at this moment, don't pee yourself because you're mad at them. That's just odd. That's very odd. That's the flight attendant stuff I wanted to share with you guys. Now I want to get into how well the New England Revolution are doing. They are doing so good. Their last 3 games, they've won 2, they've lost 1. They beat Cincinnati 4-1. I believe that was at home. Yes, 4-1 at home. They went to New York to play NYFC. They lost 2-0. It was kind of a crappy performance, but then they went on the road to Philly. Just what? Today's Saturday, Friday. They played Friday yesterday, and they won 1-0 on the road. One of their guys got a red card, which was a silly red card. But that's neither here nor there. They, thank you. I caught that in the camera. They won on the road, so now they're out of 24 games. Right, I wrote this down. Out of 24 games, they have 52 points, which they're number 1 in the East. And I believe if the other teams win their games in hand, I think New England is still up by 8 points last time I checked. So they're doing phenomenal. Phenomenal. Like I said before, I hope this continues. In MLS, it's one of those things where sometimes teams do really well in the regular season, and then the playoffs come, and then they eat shit. Because it's not just you have to win in the regular season. It's not only about the regular season. It's the regular season gets you to where you're going to be seated, and then the playoffs are a whole different beast. I mean, there's times where lower seeds knock off higher seeds. So that's a whole different thing. And they have Bruce Arena, like I've said before. AJ's on the team. They have a really great group of guys. And I kind of want to say this, but then I kind of don't. Should I say this? Okay, I'm gonna share this with you guys. I feel when I look at New England's record, it reminds me of the 2010, 2011, 2014 LA Galaxy records. Especially at home. At home, they've only lost once and tied once. And I think they have nine home wins. I think they're 9-1-1. So they're doing very well at home, which that was something that the Galaxy did under Bruce Arena. At home they were a monster. On the road they were pretty good too. But they had some road wins, road losses, road ties. But at home they took care of business. So there's some resemblance, right? Is that the word I'm looking for? There's a resemblance. And I'm not trying to get too excited because, like I said, there's still a lot of games to be played and there's still playoffs to go through. So, but it's looking promising. Hey, and did you guys see that LA Galaxy game? Did you watch that at all? No? What a wild game. Going into it, I thought perhaps LAFC was going to win by a goal. Maybe 4-3, maybe even 2-1. I don't ever see those games and think, "Oh, it's going to end 2-0 or 1-0." I think it can end, maybe 3-1, 3-2, 4-2, 4-3, 4-4, 5-4. It's usually a lot of goals in these games. And that's what it was. LA took the lead. The Galaxy took the lead. 1-0. LAFC, I believe, came back to score twice. And one of those goals were fucking phenomenal. I can't remember the guy's name. I want to say Rodriguez, but I'm not too familiar with LAFC's team, but he had it like at the top of the 18, and he's like skirt, 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 this way, this way, this way, this way, that way. And then he gets almost to the touchline at a weird angle, and he just boom hits the top of the goal. And I thought, how the fuck did it get in? Everybody's It was a really good goal. And then at one point, LAFC were winning 3-2, and then Cabral, I believe, he scored the third one for the Galaxy. It was a really good goal. And it was just a really good game. It was very entertaining. Oh, and then we saw last week, me and Ali were watching the what was it? The Sporting Kansas City Minnesota game. And I remember before it was the rivalry thing. And I remember before the game they were talking about how it's the nice rivalry. And I told Ali, who would name it the nice rivalry? Like, it was pretty chippy. I think even one of the Sporting Kansas City guys got a red card.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, this is supposed to be a nice rivalry?
Yeah, that was weird.
It was very weird. Why would
Were
you
they
call it the
fighting?
nice? No, they weren't like putazos fighting.
Remember they had to like separate them. Other teammates were coming in.
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't think they went to putazos though.
It was weird. Yeah, the nice rivalry.
The nice rivalry. Hey MLS, get your head out of your ass. That's a fucking stupid name, by the way.
Yeah, you did talk about that on your
So dumb.
episodes.
I did?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, you did. I just mixed it.
Oh, okay, got it. Hey, I already talked about that, but hey, I just want to say it again.
You actually said the same thing. It's a chippy.
Did I?
Yeah.
Okay. So never mind. You guys already heard what I said. Hey. Oh, and in more soccer news, Cristiano Ronaldo is back with Manchester United. And all I have to say about that is fuck yes. And also, actually, no, I have more to say about it. Also, fuck Man City, because Man City, fuck them. I do not like them.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't hate them. I just don't like them. They can eat sweaty, shitty butthole. Yeah. Did you hear what I said? Cannon stopped right there?
Why?
Because I said Man City can eat sweaty, shitty butthole.
Uh-huh.
And I think Cannon is trying to tell me, hey, don't be so rude. Why don't I cut you off before you say something you'll regret? And I don't fucking regret that shit, okay? There were reports in the beginning. Okay, so it started with, I don't know if you guys know who Cristiano Ronaldo is. Cristiano Ronaldo is a Portuguese soccer player. Would you say he's really good?
You know what? Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
I would say if you don't know who he is, get your life together.
Wow. So my producer says if you don't know who Cristiano Ronaldo is, get your life together. And I agree with that, because why wouldn't you know? And not only is he really good at the soccer, okay, he's pretty good, but he's also one sexy motherfucker. Whoa. Like when he just scored, so he scored 2 goals for Portugal. They were losing 1-0 to Ireland, and he scored the second goal in the like 80 or 95th minute, something at the close to the death. He ripped off his shirt. Did you see that video?
Mm-mm.
Oh, you should watch it. I'll let you watch it when you're alone. He rips off his shirt and he's like, and you can see his muscles and Cristiano. Fucking amazing. So yeah, okay, so there was that. It all started with a reporter in Italy, because he was still with Juventus at this time. A reporter over there in Italy asked him, do you see yourself, something about like, do you see yourself with a club? Like, is this your long-term plan? Blah, 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 whatever. Kind of questioning his loyalty to the club. And apparently he came out and he was pissed that the reporter even asked him that. So he was like, How dare you to tell me that I'm not here? Why do I make him sound Russian?
Russian, okay.
I can't. Okay, I can't do a Cristiano Ronaldo accent. I'm saying what he kind of said. Okay, ready? Here goes. I don't know why you would question my loyalty. You know, this club is where I want to be. Um, I'm not going anywhere. Blah 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 blah. Right. So when I read that in my head, I went, "Oh, he's going somewhere." Because I feel like with some big names, when they get so upset when they're asked that question, especially when there's a lot of rumors of they might go, they might not go, we don't know. Sometimes what history tells us is that person's on the move. And sure enough, I want to say maybe 4 or 5 days after that, boom, it was announced he's going to Manchester United. Which before all of that, there was a lot of reports saying that he was going to go to Man City, which something else if you don't know in the English Premier League, Manchester City and Manchester United are rivals because they play in the same city, but one is Man City and Man United. And one has been leaps and bounds better than the other. Mostly Man United is better than Man City. Now, Man City has had recent success within, I don't know, I would say the last 10 years, I believe. I could be wrong because I really don't know much about Man City because, once again, fuck them. But Manchester United is this storied club, and probably Man City is too. But I don't give a shit about them. So when I first heard, oh, Cristiano Ronaldo might go to Man City, I was like, but why would he go to Man City if he once played for Manchester United? That's like if Messi would have gone from Barcelona to Real Madrid. Like, whoa. Now, I'm not. Now, here's the thing. I'm not saying that players can't make that move because at the end of the day, if the money's right for them and the club is gonna pay them money and a lot of it, I say get your fucking money, get paid. Because at the end of the day, me liking you doesn't put food on your family's table. It doesn't take care of what you need to take care of. Yeah, I might not like you, but who the fuck am I? I'm nobody. You know what I mean? So that was one thing. I was just like, I don't, but don't go to the Manchester City. It's not good. I was even doing it in Italian. I was going like this. Like I was going,
Really?
don't do the, don't go, please. Cristiano is not good. And I think he heard me. I'm gonna go with he heard me because then just out of nowhere, Cristiano Ronaldo is going to Manchester United. Yes. We at the wait. Were we together at the dog park? No, I think I was by myself. I went yes. I even texted my cousin Danny and I was like, "Oh my god, can you believe he's going to the Manchester United? He's the best." Very exciting, and I honestly didn't think that was gonna happen. I thought maybe Cristiano was gonna go. I had this weird thing like oh maybe he's gonna go play in Germany. It's like he played in England, he played in Spain, he played in Italy. Why not go to the Bundesliga? And he's won championships everywhere he's gone. And then I also thought, hey, what would be cool is if he came to MLS. That would be dope. It would have been even cooler if he would have joined the New England Revolution. You know what I mean? That would be dope. But this transfer window is crazy because you have somebody like Messi. Also, Leo Messi. Do you guys know who he is? He's kind of really good too. I don't know if you guys have heard of him, but he went from playing for Barcelona to now he's playing with PSG. I never thought in a million years he would leave Barcelona, but Barcelona management, they're all fucking stupid and they fucked that up and whatever. He's not there anymore. And then same thing with Cristiano. I never thought I don't know. I just never thought he would go back to Manchester United, but I'm happy he's there. And I believe the weekend of September 12th might be his first game. So I'm definitely going to be looking at that. And boom. Is there anything soccer wise that you've seen that you're like, oh, this is.
Let me take it. Soccer. Olympic?
Oh.
The Cincinnati.
Oh.
Rip in, baby.
Yeah.
Are you done talking about the soccer
Yeah,
news?
yeah,
Rip
yeah,
in.
yeah. Okay. So I've shared before that there's a defender for Cincinnati.
I don't think you have.
I think I have. If you don't know, there's a defender for Cincinnati. His name's Jeff Cameron. Jeff Cameron played for many years for the U.S. men's national team. Jeff Cameron at one point played for the Houston Dynamo, which at the time I never liked him when he played for the Houston Dynamo because I did not like the Houston Dynamo. AJ wasn't playing for them yet, and I just thought the Houston Dynamo sucked. But I did like Jeff Cameron because he represented the U.S. men's national team. And he was a good defender. And then he went to England and he started playing over there. And I was like, oh, he's doing pretty good. And then last year, there was a presidential election, right? And there was President Biden versus some dumb fucking orange child, right? And the dumb fucking orange child lost. And what? Today is September 4th, right? 2021, right? And there's a group of people that still believe the dumb fucking Cheeto won for some fucking reason. These are the same kind of people that when Hillary lost, right? Kept saying, hey, get over the fact that she lost. And some of us were like, yeah, no, we know she lost. Yeah, but you need to get. Yeah, no, we understand she lost. And she lost, and we can say she lost. And this is like 4 years into dumbfuck. Like we understand she lost. Why do you keep bringing it up? That's weird. Like, why are you obsessed with a person that you hate? That's weird to me. So cut to. Do you guys remember when a bunch of these dumb fucking people were saying stop the steal? Because the outcome wasn't what they wanted. And there was also this thing called, I don't know, this rare thing that happens in our lifetimes called a pandemic. Remember that one? The coronavirus thing that shut everything down. So voting, a lot of it was by mail. So not everything was counted the night of. It was like, oh, we received all this mail and now we have to count it. But it was turned in. It's like, how can I dumb it down for dumb fucking people? It's like when you turn in your homework, right? When you were in school, or if you even went to school, I don't know. There's some people out there who didn't fucking finish school and are telling everybody else how, vaccines and shit don't fucking work because, automatically they're fucking geniuses. Yeah, cool. Go eat a dick. Anyways. So if you paid attention in school, there was this thing where when you would turn in your homework, the teacher would say, hey, turn this in, for example, turn this in on Friday. That's when it's due, right? So you would turn it in. Boom. Some kids would turn it in maybe on Wednesday if it was assigned on, Tuesday or Monday. Other kids would turn it in Thursday. And then kids like me, I would turn it in the last day, Friday, right? And then the teacher would take them home and then she would grade them. And sometimes at the time I didn't understand that, adults get busy and shit. And then maybe it would take her a week to grade whatever it was, depending on the length, the assignment, right? And then sometimes it was like, oh, you would get your paper back maybe a week later, maybe 2 weeks later, and it would have a grade. Oh, and it's, oh, you passed or you failed, or you're smart or you're dumb, you're a dumb fuck. That's kind of how it was with the election, right? We turned in the assignment on time. It was there. The teacher just had to grade them. And it took a while because it's not just 30 kids or 25 kids. It was a couple million fucking people, that thing. So then as the numbers started going from the dumb fucking moron, and his stuff started going low, and then Joe Biden's numbers started going really high, then people started this thing called Stop the Steal, which they started chanting, like, stop counting the votes. Like, our guy won, like, we like the number here, and your guy's here, just stop it. But what these morons don't understand is that's not how it goes, right? And where I'm going with this is Jeff Cameron was one of those dumb fucking morons, right? Where he was talking about Stop the Steal on his Instagram when Joe Biden was said to be elected, when everybody started calling the presidential election. They said he won. He was like, it's not over yet. Closer to the inauguration, people were like, congratulations. He's like, hey, dumb fuck over here. He still has a case. That in itself, it bothered me because I thought, man, I thought this guy was cool, and now he just shows how much of a fucking moron he is. And to be a professional athlete, to think that way, to me doesn't make sense. Because what? Now when his team is up by, let's say his team's up 1-0 with 5 minutes into the game, does he go up to the ref and start telling him, hey, stop the game? The game's over? If later on the game ends and it's 1-0, or not 1-0, I'm sorry, 2-1, and they lost, does he say the game was stolen from us because we were up and then magically the other team scores 2? What I'm trying to say is, Jeff Cameron, fuck you, man. I hope, I don't think I'd ever tell him something, and I hope I don't, but I feel like I want to. Like, what I'd want to tell him after a loss is, hey, they should have stopped the game when you guys were winning, right? You dumb fucking moron. Or, hey, yeah, you guys were up, 1-0. Stop the game just like Stop the Steal, huh? Wink, wink, you dumb fucking idiot. Now, every time I see Cincinnati play, I want them to lose. And not only lose, I want them to lose so fucking hard. So hard. That's why I'm happy that the New England Revolution beat them 4-1. Because fuck them. And today, I was nervous that Miami, they played them away. Miami went to Cincinnati. And I was like, God damn it, Miami, can you please just do something for me and beat Cincinnati, even if it's 1-0? And guess what? Breck Shea scored the goal in the 90th minute. And there was a good shot of Jeff Cameron's face. And when the moment that goal went in, and he just yelled, fuck. And I thought, that makes me so happy to know that he's beyond pissed. That's why. So when I told you a couple episodes ago, I don't like Jeff Cameron, and you can ask me why. I told some people, and some people told me that's a stupid reason to not like him anymore. But I said, that's a great reason not to like him anymore. Because he's a fucking moron. And I hope he never wins anything else ever in his life. And fuck him, is what I'm trying to get at. Okay, I'm done with that. I think that was... I might have lost some of you guys, and you know what? That's okay. That's okay, and I don't mind. Now, the last topic I want to talk about is the boys. There's one. Paula's over there in the bathroom. They are Park
No,
certified?
National Park.
No.
National Park Service.
They're Bark Rangers.
Park Rangers, there you go.
They're Bark Ranger certified. We took them to this little meeting with somebody we started following. Allie made the boys an Instagram, and they're called the Podians of the Galaxy. Thank you, Zuri, for the name. Shout out. Excuse me as I burp. My apologies. I had like 13 pieces of pizza. Now it's all coming up. So we started Allie started following the Pod Squad. It's a guy, Scott. He lives here in Vegas as well. And how many German Shepherds does he have? Like 11 or 12?
11 dogs, and I think like 9 of them are German Shepherds.
Yeah. So we went a couple weeks ago walking with, who is it, John Shaft and Rocky, 2 of his German Shepherds. And the boys don't get along with dogs their age. They want to, because they're like, no, I'm alpha. No, I'm going to fuck you up. They just have a problem with some dogs. But because Rocky and John Shaft are older, they do really well with older dogs. Because I think it's that energy of the older dogs, like, hey, motherfucker, I'm alpha, you're not, you're a kid, relax. And they're like, okay, that's cool. I'm cool. So we went with them. They were there. There was a bunch of other German Shepherds. There was a couple of non-German Shepherds, too.
Yeah, there was a healer.
There was a healer. There was a Malinois. I saw that.
Oh, there was?
Yeah. They left right after. But anyways, it was just, there was at least 20 dogs.
Yeah.
And it was just cool to have the boys around dogs and have them socialize. There was some dogs that snapped at each other. Apollo snapped at a couple
the beginning.
dogs where there was a, but, we figured that all out. It was fine. But it was cool. They have this little tag. And I don't know what the tag says, but it's like a forest ranger badge. And then they got toys. They got poop bag holders. It was a good time. I came back from my trip yesterday. I got back around, Allie picked me up maybe like 8:45ish from the airport. And we went on a little date. And then it was like 10:30 at night. And then Allie goes, oh, by the way, we have to leave the house tomorrow at like 4 a.m.
He did not.
She said we had to leave by 6:30. I was like, what the fuck? And I hate waking up fucking early. Pisses me off. Even for work, I try to no, I don't want to, but sometimes I have to. But once we were there, I had a really good time. And then after, we took the boys to Lazy Dogs and we ate, and then we got them their rice and chicken and beef or hamburger patty, and the boys ate, we ate, and it was a good time. We had a really good day. And huh?
All that bitching.
Yeah, all my bitching was for nothing. But and then I also helped Jacqueline and Nick move some stuff. So I also, did a little, used my muscle a little bit. All around, it was a good day. And I think that's all I want to talk about. All right. Hey guys, thanks again for coming back to the show. I really appreciate it. Like I said, last week, we skipped a week. It was a little bit because of work, and also I just felt like I needed a break. So we did that. Hopefully that doesn't happen often, but sometimes stuff happens, and I'm trying to make this show as entertaining as possible. I want to make sure that you're engaged. I want to make sure that my producer is also engaged in what I'm saying, because she has to, edit this shit out too. And Allie Blue, right? Is that what you wrote down?
No, bubble letters.
Oh, bubble letters. And go Chicago Fire, right?
No.
Yeah, okay. Guys, thanks for watching. Remember, follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Find me on YouTube. Tell your mom, tell your dad, tell your cousins, tell your friends, tell people you're going on a first date on with. Be like, oh, you know what I really like? Have you heard this show? And they're like, no, I haven't. What? Everybody's talking about it. But really, not everybody's talking about it. All right. See you next week.